guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I do planner related videos on a weekly basis to include budget videos. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll be notified every time I load a new video. So as the thumbnail indicated, this is my snowball debt plan to pay off my credit card debt. And let me actually move these things out of the way, although I will be talking about these at the end of this video. I had put up a video last week, I believe, and Dee from Budgeting D had suggested that I go to undebtit.com, and I'll link the website. I don't know where my mind went at that moment. I'll link the website below. It's absolutely free. You just have to create an account and sign on, but they do have a paid version, but I'm only using the free version. And that gives you an idea of, including interest, how much you can calculate how much your snowball amount can be, as well as how long it's going to take you. So based on that website, and with all of the debt numbers that I inputted as of the 27th of February, it would take me until October 2022 to pay off $39,000 worth of credit card debt. And that's way better than I assumed it would be. Now that's based on two figures. Based on all of the information that I put into that website, with the credit card name, the credit card total balance due as of that day, the minimum payment, as well as the interest, my minimum monthly payments come out to $1,201 and some change. So we'll just do $1,201. And I have estimated that I can throw an additional $149 every month to my debt, and so that makes my total snowball payment of $1,350. Now, had I been thinking when I printed this, I would have shrunk it down to, I think, like 80 or 85% of the page, and then it would actually have fit in my classic. But I didn't. Plus, this is kind of ugly. So I was super extra and just made my own. And this is my budget planner. This is the one I created. And I actually, the next time I have my laminator out, I will be laminating this cover and the back cover, because I did discover that you can actually laminate a file folder. It's not too thick, especially if I use the 5mm laminating sheets that I have, because I was worried it wouldn't feed through, but I've done other things with it, and it works fine. Plus, it doesn't make it as rigid as the Happy Planner cover, but it's really close, and so I really like that. So what I plan to do is I will be incorporating that, because this is the snowball budget thing I had done in the last video, and I might still utilize this, because I think the more places I write things down, the more it'll really make me focus on that specific topic. But this one actually calculates all of these payments here. Basically assume the interest that's accruing on a monthly basis, and then rolling over the next dollar amount into what you currently have going on, and I like this. So I will be putting this, and I'll be migrating this every month just so that I can see it. And I do have it sectioned out. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I started thinking about doing budgeting late last year, November. I decided I wouldn't do any budgeting until January, and so we're in month 3 of this whole new process for me. So if it seems like I'm all over the place, it's truly because I don't really know what I'm doing. So I had 24 credit cards total, and now I'm down to 15. So I have paid off 9 credit cards, and I know I should be celebrating that, but those are really small credit card debts. So I mean, I am proud that it's a lesser debt amount than it was even a few months ago, but now we're getting into the meat of it. So I'm hoping something like this will just keep encouraging me to just keep moving forward, and that it's going to get better, and that you can do it, and in 3 years' time, this can be all gone. Now, none of this incorporates my student loan payments. This is purely credit card debt. But at that time, I'm hoping that I can use all of the money that I'm using here and start getting aggressive on paying that down, because that's between my private loan and my student loans for my undergrad and my grad degree, we're talking 6 figures. So we're going to focus on one thing at a time. Now, this is actually split up again between the 15 credit cards that I do have. And for 2019, I'm projecting that I can pay off 3 of these credit cards here. And if you're interested, let me know, and I can actually go over what my starting balances are on this, because I have it written somewhere else, but it wasn't on that spreadsheet that I loaded, so I didn't write it down here. But if you're interested, let me know, and I can definitely make sure I have that available for the check-in for next month. So in 2019, based on this, if I just follow the plan as is, and I think I can get that payment into here, I'm really going to aggressively try to just throw as much money as I can to my debt without sacrificing my happiness, and I will talk about that in a minute. Then I can get these 3 done. In 2020, I'm hoping to get these 4 done, again trying to scooch these up. And then 2021, that would be these 3, or no, these 4 right here. And then 2022 would be these last 4. Now, the page isn't big enough because this is a classic size Happy Planner sheet, so I actually did have to continue on a second page. And so again, as that spreadsheet showed, by October 2022, I should have all of my credit card debt paid in full, so long as I can follow this plan as it's laid out. Now, none of this takes into account the fact that I might be getting tax refunds on a yearly basis, but because I can't count on that, I'm not including that in here. Although any tax refunds that I get for any of these years are just going forward, and I do have debt, I do plan to use at least a portion of it to go towards my credit card debt, and then the remaining portion to go either to savings or sinking funds, because along with this, I'm sort of following the Dave Ramsey plan, but I don't have baby step 1 yet done. I don't have $1,000 saved. I'm kind of jumping into baby step 2 in tandem with baby step 1, just because not having the $1,000 is something I'm focusing on, but having this much debt is something that's giving me a lot of stress and just making me fearful. So to me, of the 2 things, this is important, although I am working on savings. So these numbers might change. I mean, the numbers itself, because I'm not going to be writing this every single month. That's crazy cuckoo nuts. As I pay off things, I'll highlight them, or I'll do something. But this at least will give me something visual to look at on a monthly basis, just to let me know, yes, you are doing the best that you can with what you have. The other thing I wanted to point out is July 2022. In July 2022, I will be turning 50. And so I actually, even though this says October 2022, I would really like to celebrate my 50th birthday with all of this debt out of the way. And I don't know why I'm tearing up, but I am. So yeah, that's why that's highlighted, because that gives me 3+ years to really focus on these numbers and do as much as I can without going to the other extreme of just sacrificing to get it done. Because I know if I really needed to, I could get another job or something. But Tara Gay Nicole from the Tara Gay Nicole channel, she had a video up the other day about being frugal and happy, and her whole premise of that was her budget is based on her money and her spending habits and what brings her joy in her life. So, people can suggest, maybe you should cut down on this, or maybe you should get another job, or maybe you should, I don't know, whatever people seem to suggest to give. I think what they're trying to do is give encouragement, but this, I think, is doable, because all of these here are all of my monthly minimums anyway, and that's what I've been doing all of these years. But rolling over one payment into the next, so once that monthly minimum is done, then I can roll the monthly minimum that I was paying into here, and that's how the snowball works. It just sort of makes that snowball bigger and bigger and bigger as it rolls into the next debt. So I certainly think this is doable. I'm also aware that if things come up and I have to use that extra money to take care of those things, and that's just what needs to happen. This isn't like I've made a contract that I've signed, and if I don't fulfill this contract, I'm going to go to jail or something. That's not what this is about. But this is to help focus me and motivate me to keep going, and that it is achievable. And hopefully by the time I'm 50, I can cross off credit card debt off my to-do list, and then I can start working on student loan debt. And so that's what this is here. When I'm editing, I'm hoping that this makes sense, because again, part of the problem that I have talking about budgeting is, one, there's just so much debt. It's embarrassing. But two, I'm still trying to figure things out. So it's just really difficult for me to pinpoint or hone into something, because I'm not really sure exactly how this is all going to play out. But, I guess I have to get into the mindset that that's okay. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I do have a path that I can follow to at least give me some structure. So there's that. And again, I'll be checking in on this on a monthly basis, or if I happen to pay off a credit card sooner than the monthly anticipated check-in, then of course I will jump back in and just show you that, just because I hope my own struggles and journey helps encourage you. If you are 20-something, 30-something, or 40-something like me, and you don't know where to start, we'll figure it out together. This is the end of my snowball debt plan. I actually did have more video, but I'm actually going to separate that into something, an additional upload, because it doesn't really tie in, although it does. But thank you so much for following me on my journey. Thank you so much for your comments and just being supportive and encouraging. And as always, guys, aloha.